Yes, I'm very pleased because as you can see today we've got over 100 people here and it covers many areas, not just the horse racing industry, all the businesses, schools and social activities, and we've got far more involvement from people than we ever thought we could do. Yeah, very pleased indeed. Yes, we want more people, and we're hoping today that as well as people listing things that need doing and things we haven't done, they will actually contribute. I mean, the youth question comes up every time, but if people will actually work with us on it, then that's the way forward on it, yes. Well, we've got today, we're also advertising in the sense of we're promoting it through the press and asking people to contact us if they want to be involved. So if we hold it every year and somebody raises a question this year and comes back the same question next year, if they haven't helped us in the meantime, then they're the ones who haven't really got their grip on it.
The Transport Group we're looking at really at long-term vision, the lifespan of the Newmarket Vision. We want to make sure that it's not just about the here and now, but it's actually looking towards the future for long-term. So the projects that we're working on, we have some immediate wins that we can do in terms of there's pedestrian crossings, horse crossings, looking at the parking strategy, but it's also making sure that we're future-proofing it for Newmarket. So we have very much a long-term strategy for the town. It's very difficult to say what's the most important item that we're working on. From all different parts of the community, they have very different things they want us to focus on. I suppose if I was to narrow it down maybe to the most important three, one would be the parking strategy because that absolutely impacts on everybody, but also the horse crossings because we want to make sure that the town is moving efficiently as possible. So that's about making sure that the horses can get about, but equally the vehicles can move about the town to get about their daily business. And I suppose lastly it's about achieving items like the civic space, the built-up memorial, making sure that the town is pleasant to look at as possible with highways infrastructure.
I think there are so many things that we're working on at the moment. In particular, there are things like the shopfront policy, the way the retailers are working in a cohesive manner, the way that the tourism sector are working to try and develop tourism initiatives, to try and work with all of the townsfolk to try and drive footfall into the town, in which just will help the local economy. So all of those key players will come together to generate funds and revenue for the town. I think that has been a really important initiative in this town. Training at least 50% of the town's employees that work in the hospitality and tourism industry in ways in which to maximise the way they look after people, the way they treat people when they come into the town. That will only go to enhance the way we're perceived by everyone that comes in as a tourist into this town and will just put us on the map as a good place to be.
We made significant progress at Newmarket Academy because that's initially the main focus of the group. It's now a new school, results are beginning to improve, the culture and ethos is changing, leadership and teaching and learning are also getting better. We've also managed to support schools working together much more fully for the good of the young people across the town. To raise standards across the town, to ensure that there's a good or outstanding secondary school within the town so parents don't feel they have to send their son and daughter outside the town, to get the young people in the town fully involved in the development of their own community, and for the young people in the town to feel proud of their education system and the parents and the community leaders to be proud of the young people.
Project leader of the Prince's Foundation, what is your impression of how the work of the Prince's Foundation is being taken forward here through the Vision?
I think it's absolutely fantastic when we finish the report that the community have embraced it, taken it forward, developed their delivery groups and are really moving on the tasks.
The main thing we're focusing on now is the neighbourhood plan for Newmarket. We're following on from the Prince's Foundation, which has done a lot of the work for it, and we're moving into the next stage of the actual neighbourhood plan. Well, all the groups are actually linked in every way, the 4 delivery groups, and on top of that we've got the Equine Hub group that recognises the fact that Newmarket is the foremost equine hub in the world.
So I've been presenting today about progress on the National Heritage Centre. We started building 6 months ago and we're halfway through the build. We're going to be open to the public in spring 2016, and it's a coming together of the National Horse Racing Museum, a new National Gallery of British Sporting Art, and live horses for the first time. So the public will be able to see live racehorses as part of the visitor experience. One of the most important things now is that we're at this stage in the project is to open up the doors of the Heritage Centre to the community, because we're going to be in a central position right in the heart of the town. It's a 5-acre site. It's extraordinary that it's survived the pressures of redevelopment. And what we want is the various community groups that are around us, our neighbours, to be part of the Heritage Centre. So this is a really important event to start saying to people, we've been talking about this for years and years and years, and it's now a reality. So we're 18 months away from full opening. And how can we encourage those community groups to get involved in the project through our volunteering programs, but also us being a natural home for them in running events and things that really involve members of the community, from young people right the way through into lifelong learning experience. And the Heritage Centre is going to be a vitally important part of the economic regeneration of Newmarket. You know, we're not just doing it to create a new museum, that's part of the mixture. What it's about is the economic development that will be associated with that increased tourist footfall, and really giving an enhanced tourist offer to the town so people can come to the historic home of horse racing and really get a sense of what a unique place it is.
We're an early years daycare nursery for children from 0 to 5 years old, delivering an outstanding service to the children of Newmarket. We're located on Newmarket Academy site and very excited about now having Newmarket Academy and Howard Lay on the site too. We're developing great links with the Academy so that our children and the older children and teachers can work together to ensure that we deliver an outstanding education for the children of Newmarket. Being part of the Newmarket Vision Group is really important for Colourbox. We're managing to link with more primary schools, understanding the route into secondary schools, and to know what is important for children in the future and how we can work to enable the children from Colourbox to have that outstanding start, which will lead to a good journey through primary school and outstanding GCSE A-level results, and hopefully the move on to university in the future.
What's really struck me is over the last decade the changes that we've seen in the town. In particular, when I was mayor, there was a great deal of concern about how different parts of the town were working together. So we were able to start up projects like the Home of Horse Racing project, which was a council's initiative of land to the racing, who then embraced that by responding by setting up a trust which developed a business plan. And here we are 10 years later talking about the imminent opening of the Home of Horse Racing project and the Heritage Centre for Horse Racing and British Sporting Arts. So it's wonderful to see that kind of collaboration producing a world-class exhibit. But there's much more to it than that, and a few years later I was asked by the racecourse to help them set up the Newmarket Festival, which was a way of embracing the town and bringing the town into the celebrations which we have here every summer with the July Festival, over 3 days of world-class racing in Newmarket. And what we've done over the 5, 6, 7 years now that the festival has been running is we've produced a group of business people who care about the town, who are making things happening, and are raising about £25,000 a year, which is being ploughed straight back into the young people and families in Newmarket, if you like, investing in the future of Newmarket in a different way. And I think that's a wonderful example of how, again, the gap that people have talked about in the past that existed between racing and the town, how that's really being bridged, and in very, very tangible ways. And perhaps the best example, or a final example I'd give of that, is that last summer we started the Let's Read campaign. Newmarket News sponsored it, and this has drawn together over 50 volunteers who are giving nearly 500 hours a month of assisted reading into Newmarket schools. Now that's a fabulous investment, again, in the very youngest people in our town, even through to, I have to say, to our secondary school, to the academy. But again, a real example of how families and communities are starting to bridge that gap and build their links and organise themselves to really push Newmarket forward. And I think Newmarket has a terrific future for all of those reasons. These routes run very deep.